last performance. Came out with the win. Came out with the black eye too.
I did, yes. I think it's still kind of there. That was actually a headbutt on the way down. She took me down, in takedowns. Like you have good head. If you have good head positioning, sometimes you can end up with you can end up headbutting somebody. But overall, I'm happy with my performance. I know in my my fight interview, I sounded super depressed and down about it, but I'm very happy about it now that I've seen a few clips of it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. And I'm just like a perfectionist, and I think that we all are, and I all think that we can do better. But I don't want to take anything away from that fight. It was a great fight, and I'm happy with my performance. The fact that I was able to defend the takedowns, and be able to get back to my feet, and even take her down. I mean, I put her on her back, and I think that feels great, because she is a wrestler, and she'd been wrestling since high school, and I haven't been. And so I feel great. That means I have amazing coaches, just helping me get better and better. I got an offer for September the 7th, and, it wasn't a very tough one to decide on because, it's a pretty big fight, and it's over in Abu Dhabi. It's in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, actually. So I'm pretty excited about going overseas. But it's also on the Khabib and Dustin Poirier card. So it's a big card. It's probably one of the biggest cards of the year. So, and not to mention, I know I'm rambling, but I'm going to be, it's me and 3 other girls that are going to be the first females to ever fight in Abu Dhabi, or in Dubai. It's pretty awesome.
How cool is that? Does that give you chills?
It does, yeah. I'm excited. They requested to have 2 female fights on their card in Abu Dhabi, and so I just happen to be one of the lucky girls that they asked.
Wow, so who are you going to be fighting?
I'm going to be fighting Joanne Calderwood. She's ranked number 5, I think, in the world, and I'm ranked number 7.
If you're the UFC, you have the number 5 and number 7 fight. What do you do with the winner?
Well, there's a couple of things, there's other, I know you're wanting to know is the winner of this fight going to get the opportunity to fight for the title. And that's very possible because the flyweight division is very open at the moment. But I think that I would probably move up in ranks, of course, if I win or if she wins. But I don't think that we're going to get the next shot at the title. I think it's probably going to be a couple more fights.
Like the winner of this probably jump up to 3 or so?
Well, I'm not sure where she would move up, but I would at least move into her spot or number 4, I think.
Okay. Does UFC rankings work if there's a dominant performance, you can jump a few spots?
Yes. So Joanne Calderwood fought Caitlin Chikagian last, and their fight it went the distance, and it wasn't a very dominating fight for either one. I believe I think that they gave it a unanimous decision to Caitlin Chikagian, but like I said, it wasn't very dominating. I thought it was back and forth. So let's just say if I was to go in there and be very dominating and maybe beat Joanne, by knockout or submission, or even if just have a dominating performance, then I would probably take Caitlin's spot. But it just depends on how you win.
What do you know about Abu Dhabi so far?
I don't know a whole lot other than I think it's the richest place in the world, and it's a must, go-to place to vacation. It's very expensive over there. I hear streets of gold type stuff.
I hear the police force that they have Lamborghinis and Ferraris on the police force.
They probably do. And I know that because I'm a fighter, and we as Americans, we aren't very conservative in the way that we dress. Over there we have to be. So I'm very curious on what the dress code, how strict that's going to be when we get there. I'm hoping, we'll be left alone because we're part of the fighters, you know what I mean?
How did you find out? How did they offer it to you? How does it work?
I was in the process of renegotiating my contract, and in order to get the pay that we wanted, they asked me if I would fight in September. And they knew that I wanted to take some time off. But they also wanted to give me an incentive, to go up and take a big fight on a big card. So it was either that or keep the pay that I was at. So, I'm trying to make money, and I'm also trying to be the best that I can be and beat the best that I can beat. So, of course, I'm going to take that opportunity. And then not to mention, I'm fighting September the 7th. We asked them to give me a little break after this fight. So September, I might not even have to fight for the rest of the year. I mean, I'll have enough money to, until next year. So I'm excited. But I got to get in there and get this win. I mean, I got to knock on wood. I can't get like too carried away here. But either way, I might just get to enjoy the next few months with my daughter.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Like, how old's your daughter now?
She's 8. She's turning 8 today. Is her birthday.
What are y'all's birthday plans?
Party central, have a few friends, and she's just excited about all the stuff that she's going to do.
How cool is it to be going over there, like fighting on the same card as Dustin Poirier from Louisiana? I mean,
that was one of the best reasons for me to take this fight, because in my last fight I fought on the same card with Kevin Aguilar, and I was thinking how cool it would be if it was Kevin Aguilar I was thinking how cool it would be if Kevin and Derek Krantz, me and Dustin, all of us from Louisiana, like, were able to fight on the same card. That would be awesome. But, like I said, my last card was with Kevin Aguilar, and now this one's going to be with Dustin Poirier, so I'm pretty excited,
Poirier's opponent, Khabib. What do you think? Like, what's the blueprint? Is there a blueprint to beat him?
I don't know the blueprint to beat Khabib, but if anyone does, I think it's Dustin Poirier, and I feel like Dustin has a really great shot at this. I mean, he's extremely well-rounded. His ground game is sick. I mean, it's so good. His wrestling is very good, too. I don't know where it stands with Khabib, but I just know that he's very savvy on the ground. And then, not to mention, we've all seen Dustin standing, and his striking is phenomenal, I mean, we just saw his last fight. I mean, hands down, you have a butterfly on your head. I got it.
Hit the button. Okay, what haven't I asked? I know I'm always bounce around.
Well, you didn't ask me about what I thought of my last performance.
I didn't. I should have started like that. Okay.
I'm sure you're chopping it up.
Yeah, I do.
Chopping it up.
Yeah, I do.
When it comes to business, it's business. We're here to make money. We're here to be the best that we can be, and if we have to fight our friends, we'll fight our friends.
What do you do after a UFC win? Like, what did you do? Like, what do you do to celebrate?
I'm not a big partier, but we went out and we ate, and then we ended up going. Things closed down, I think, like around 2 or something like that. So we did go somewhere. We danced a little bit, and we had a few drinks, but none of us got like crazy, with the alcohol. We kept it very professional. Not to mention, I'm just not a big drinker. But it was fun. We don't do a whole lot of partying afterwards. It's just, we're normally tired and worn out, ready to get to bed. But, we were in South Carolina. It was beautiful, so we stayed up until like 3 a.m.
How good is that sleep? Do you sleep for like 10 hours, like after a fight, or do you...
No, I'm not able to. Normally, I'll sleep for a couple of hours, and then I'll be up, bright and early. Yeah, I don't know why that. You know what? It's probably because you're sore, you have a headache, your body is so achy, and I think that's probably it. You just can't really sleep. I mean, the first few hours feels great, but then it's like when it starts to become daylight, you start waking up a little bit. All you can do is just feel everything. But it's so worth it when you have that win.
A couple of months away from your fight, in here getting some work in with Jake.
Yeah, Jake is an amazing person. I've been working with him for years. He's always getting me in any time that I reach out and I'm able to get some work in with him. He gets me in over here. I love Jake. Phenomenal boxing instructor. His family comes from a line of boxers. I mean, his dad was a gold medalist in boxing. So, I mean, this is the right place to be, here in Bossier, Shreveport.
What's up, dude? We're wrapping this up.
Yes, sir. All right. And what's it like having Andrea in here? Like, I know, like how long do y'all go back? When did you first meet?
Yeah, we both met in 2009, and we were both boxing on the amateur circuit. And then I got to work with her as a coach, and I've kind of just been there in the background for the last few years. She's kind of come up, and it's awesome. I'm a super fan, and I'm actually grateful to work with her when I get to.
Man, she has a pretty big team behind her.
She does. A good support system from everyone in Shreveport Bossier, fighters, promoters, friends. Everyone's behind her, and we're all kind of trying to push that engine for her, and I'm super proud of her.
3-0 in the UFC and fixing to fight on the biggest card of the year in Dubai.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
It sounded awesome. It sounded awesome when she would say Abu Dhabi, if you heard her. I hope you play that back.
It's a pretty big fight, and it's over in Abu Dhabi.
Because she's so country that what was she saying? Abu Dhabi or something. I can't pronounce how she said it, but it was funny. Yeah.
Man, heading over there, just a small town girl, man, just making it big and humble.
Yeah, very humble. Talk to everyone the same. We give her a hard time when she comes to the gym and like, didn't I see you on TV talking to, Rashad Evans, and everyone's giving her a hard time about it, and she just laughs. It doesn't change who she is.
And then that fight card that she's on with Dustin Poirier, it was like in Louisiana versus the world almost.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I'm like, Dustin Poirier next to maybe Matt Schnell is like my favorite fighter in the UFC. So seeing Andrea, Dustin, it's crazy. It's crazy that I've seen these guys in the lower circuits and fighting in gyms and warehouses and barns or whatever they could do smokers at, and up until now she's fighting in the richest city in the world. It's pretty crazy.
I hear they have Lamborghinis and Ferraris as their police force.
I heard you say that. That would be crazy. I didn't know that, but it does. I'm not surprised.
Man.
Super cool.
Poirier going up against Khabib.
Man, I hope he boxes his ears off. I hope he keeps his range and he just pieces him up. That's what I'd like to see, And I'm a huge Dustin Poirier fan. I got to meet him a couple times, and always nice. Just like Andrea, he's always nice. He's does a lot of charity stuff, and has a good reputation around the world.
Man, how huge would that be if these two Louisiana people go over there?
I haven't even thought that big, really. I haven't even thought that. And then, and you never know where Danger's going to end up. So think about that. He's in the conversation too. He's on the map. And shout out to him for putting Shreveport and Captain Shreve and, Uri Drive, East Kings Highway, all those guys on the map. So I always liked Danger would give back to the guys that brought him up in the area that he comes from. He's kind of been around a lot, but, he always says Shreveport. So
I like
big up to you,
Danger's
Matt.
style. He might have the best style in the UFC.
He's got a lot of it. He's got a lot of style. Very dapper, and takes to that side of it. But it's super scrappy too. Like when it's go time, he's all about it. He's about his business. And I was telling you the story about 2010 in Lafayette with Danger and Darnell and Andrea and Golden Gloves going down there, and us rolling that deep down there. Andrea couldn't fight that year, but Darnell and Danger won regionals on a novice level, and that was pretty cool. Heavyweight, and I think Danger was fighting at like 123. That was exciting to see that and support those guys way back then, and then now where they are now.
And Darnell, he's got quite the background in the movie industry.
Yeah, and I super support him because I support the arts and, music, film, art. I'm a big part of that too. That's another part of my life. So I'm aware of some of the stuff that Darnell's done with Travis Bible, and a lot of the people from the whole Cage thing have spun off into making films, and they are kicking ass. Like, I'm a huge fan. So when I see Darnell, like he was in that movie with The Rock, and I saw that, and I was so excited, and I'm just happy for him. I think there's bigger roles out there for Darnell, and bigger money, bigger prizes for him. I told him acting something he should do forever because he's good. He gets typecast a lot because he's a big, intimidating-looking guy, but he's super smart.
I like his nickname, Sandman.
Yeah. I think Eric Sands had that same I had two Sandmen I was training at one time, Darnell and Eric. That was kind of weird.
The Sandman.
The Sandman. Yeah. Like the Mermen. My favorite baseball team, the Mermen.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Yeah, the Merman.
Yeah, you remember that from Eastbound and Down?
Eastbound and Down.
Greatest
yeah,
show of all time.
It is. Kenny Powers.
It's my favorite show ever.
Yeah.
Funniest thing I've ever seen.
It is.
Yeah.
That Ashley Shaper, that car dealership.
Oh. Oh, don't get me started on that.
Man,
That was too much.
I love when Will Ferrell screams at somebody.
That movie has some of the most uncomfortable scenes I mean, that show is so funny.
Oh yeah, with that.
But there's so many great scenes. But I need to wrap
Yeah,
him up.
totally.
But